Previously on Minecraft. I went mining again, this time a whole lot more successful than before, and I began enchanting my tools that I got last episode. I began working on my starter base, the SS Dino. I built it while telling the story of Captain Rar, a fearsome pirate with one goal in mind: avenge his fallen father. Anyways, let's get on with this episode.
Another day, another session of Minecraft. Today, I want to go to the Nether, get me some netherite and blaze rods, and fully upgrade my tools to the best they can be. I'm going to start with my tools, as I'm a little pussy who doesn't want to go to the Nether without S-tier tools and armor. First on the agenda, I combined my two shovels to make the best shovel I could possibly get, and gave it the name that I spent a very long time thinking about. Timmy. Named after who? Who the fuck knows? I was interrupted in my tool upgrading by a wandering trader who wanted to offer me things I could easily pick up on my local WH Smiths, so of course I resorted to murder. Now, enchantment requires levels, and a lot of it considering the enchantment table is a gamble and a half. However, I had the best XP farm in the game, a shit ton of villagers with hilariously cheap trades. So my method of getting XP from my enchantments essentially consisted of trading a bunch with my villagers, which not only let me enchant, but also made me a fuck ton of emeralds in the process, which I could use to start collecting mending books from Mr. Mendy. I eventually managed to get myself a Fortune 3 pickaxe, which means mining will actually be a whole lot more worth it going forward. I combined the pickaxe with my current pickaxe, which gave me efficiency 5. I slapped a mending book on it and gave it the name Larry. Actually, Lucky Larry. Yep, nothing beats a tool name that sounds like a horrid Henry character. I figured, before I forget, I should probably board Captain Bra onto his new ship. Yep, the lore wasn't just for show. I have an actual Captain Bra to put on the ship. I lifted him up in a boat and boarded him onto the ship. I also took the grindstone and put it as the wheel, as not only does it look like a wheel from the side, but villagers will stand by their work block during the day, so it will look like Captain Bra is standing at the wheel. I provided him with his own bed, which I dyed black for him, before he was finally fully settled into his new home. However, at one point he did escape, and he took an interest in the sheep. I tried to get him out and accidentally let out one of the sheep. Captain Rara seemed to get along with the sheep, so I let it board the ship with him to be a part of his pirate crew. The sheep is yet to be named. I am up for suggestions. I went on to enchant the rest of my armor, which took a long time, so I'll narrow it down. I got my chestplate, named Tip Protector 3000, my axe, named Big Chopper, and my helmet, named So No Head. I did also enchant my leggings and boots, named Don't Skip Leg Day and Super Swimmers respectively, but my recording corrupted, so source trusting bro. Now all that is left is my sword. I also made a bow, which I wanted to try and enchant. It took a while, as swords have a lot of enchantments, half of which are terrible. Oh, you fucking But eventually, this happened. Oh! Yes! Oh! That is beautiful, look at that! Oh! Yes! We love to see that. I also did get my bow enchanted, and I named it Pew! While I was enchanting, I figured I might as well try and get a Silk Touch pickaxe. It didn't take much time at all. Alright, yep, I'll take that. Anyways, with all of the gear enchantment done, that alone took me 2 hours. I love the enchantment table. I finally began the adventure that I wanted to begin ages ago. Let's go to the Nether. I've come to the Nether for business. There are 2 structures that I want to visit today, the Nether Fortress and the Bastion Remnant. My goal is to get the blaze rods and nether wart from the fortress and the netherite upgrade smithing template from the Bastion. I'm gonna go and find whichever structure I find first, and the others will come in due time. I eventually came across a Saltine Valley, which, me being stuck in snapshots and pre-dream bitch babying, thought, I'm gonna find a Nether Fortress here. With a beautiful stutter, I got the Return to Sender advancement and continued exploring the biome. With no soul speed to my name, I found another method to traverse the soul sand. which I wasn't very good at. And after a quick sniper duel with a skeleton, I continued exploring and eventually came across the first Bastion Remnant. I began by finding the best approach to entering the Remnant. Piglins alone aren't crazy dangerous, but what makes this structure so dangerous is the piglin brutes and hoglins that inhabit the bastion. My plan was to take on any brutes that I saw with my bow before entering the bastion to raid it. Piglins get a little aggressive when someone steals from them. I couldn't possibly imagine why, so I had to make sure I blocked off their entrance when I looted their chests. I managed to get my first piece of ancient debris from this chest though, so it was worth it. I then had a fight with some piglins which netted me these amazing jump scare clips. And no, they won't be the last.
Go away!
Stop it!
I looted this chest when I was surprise ambushed by a ghast. I found a snout armor trim in one of the chests, however didn't find the netherite upgrade. This means I'll have to find another bastion. However, if I find a treasure bastion, then a netherite upgrade is guaranteed to spawn, and from there I can duplicate them. So all I need to do is find a treasure bastion and raid that. So I took off again, but not before the mobs got one last jump scare on me. Yep, I'm a little bitch. I eventually found another fortress and made my way over to it. What I was looking for here was a blaze spawner, as that is the easiest way to get blaze rods. Though, in one of my first wither skeletons I killed, I got a wither skeleton skull.
Oh my god, already? Fucking hell.
Since I had looting 3, I figured, why not also get 3 skulls too? I don't have the blocks for a beacon yet, but I'm sure my villagers will help with that soon enough. I found the blaze spawner, which was good. I was worried I wouldn't find one because in the past I found a fortress with neither a spawner or nether wart, so I'm glad I found one. I farmed up some blaze rods before exploring the rest of the fortress. I managed to get myself a second wither skeleton skull, which prompted me to start searching for the third skull, which took the absolute piss to show up. I found some nether wart in the process, which I dug up to plant back in my base. I searched for ages for the last wither skull, until eventually, it happened. Yes! I got it! I got the last skull. Okay. I think I'm done with the nether. However, I was not done with the nether. In fact, there was one last thing that I still needed to find. The netherite upgrade. So I set back out in search of more bastions. The netherite upgrade does spawn in any bastions, just at a low chance. So I'm gonna search any that I come across. However, if I can find a treasure bastion, I'll go in there. It didn't take too long, as I found another bastion pretty close nearby to where I was. After raiding one bastion, it's hard to fear the oh so scary piggies, so I went in there with a lot more purpose and battle, taking out every piglin and hoglin I could find. I also stole all their gold, as you can never go wrong with having an excess amount of gold to your name. After a quick look around, I realised that I wasn't in a treasure bastion, but that didn't seem to matter all that much. Yes! Oh. Thank fudge for that. I also managed to find pig step and the snout banner pattern, so I managed to get everything I could possibly want from the nether, and with that I called it quits and headed back to the overworld. Now that I'm back in the overworld, I have a few more things I need to get done in this video. There's not much point in getting a netherite upgrade without netherite to upgrade, so that's on the agenda. I started off by moving my sheep to another area, which I'll make a pit for them to give them a little bit more space. I will build a barn for them at some point because yes, this is cruel, but I'll need a video to dedicate to it. While I was digging the hole, I was ambushed.
Shit!
Yep, I completely forgot the phantoms existed, though I also forgot the cat scare away phantoms, so it wasn't too bad in the end. In the morning, I moved over all my sheep, which was a lot harder than it needed to be because I stupidly decided to make a 2-block wide bridge for a herd of sheep to cross. Congratulations. Some of them didn't make it in the end. I then dyed all of my sheep white again, as I'm no longer in need of pink and lime wool, and keeping those colours will just end up complicating things. I removed the old shitty ruins of the sheep pen, which made the land look a lot cleaner. I also tamed myself another cat. These are all going to need names and places to be at some point. Maybe one could board the ship, who knows. I started shearing all my sheep, as I was going to need a lot of wool. The idea is that I needed wool for beds, which, when used in the Nether, explode. This is what I'm going to be using to find more ancient debris. Another thing worth mentioning is that to duplicate netherite upgrades, I'm going to need diamonds, something I only have one of. So I'm going to need another mining session. So the end of this video will be a montage of netherite mining and diamond mining. So strap in, get your popcorn, and say fuck you to I did some mining off camera. Please don't be a sissy here. Rip my iron.